To use scouting reports inside FirstDown PlayBook, head to the Scouting Report button on the bottom left-hand dashboard. The first area we'll want to look at is My Team Info. There's a good chance this information is already filled in, but if it's not, you'll want to do that now. Once everything is set, be sure to press Save Changes. Now, we'll want to set up our first opponent. To do that, click on the green Add Opponent button. From here, you have the option to use information from MaxPreps if you are a high school program. This will be able to populate your opponent's roster, stats, and schedule. We will select the school we're looking for, then select the team we will be playing against. Next, we will name the opponent, choose if they are in your conference, upload the team logo, and set the team colors. Once we've filled everything in, we will click Save Opponent. At this time, we can create our first scouting report. You can create a scouting report from scratch, or you can use an existing template that already has been created for all phases of football. Today, we are going to use the pre-made opponent offense scouting report template. Select which opponent you want to use, then click Create Report. We will fill in the report name, season, which you may need to add if you haven't already, and then choose the game date. Also on this page, you can input the team's overall and conference records. Below, you will see the scouting report permissions. This is done the same way as playbook permissions. The default permissions are that the whole team can view the report and all coaches can edit the report. However, please note that players will not be able to see the report until it is published. Also note that only coaches are able to edit scouting reports. Once we've made our selections, we will continue to the next step. Step 2 is where we will add the opposing team's roster. If you are using the MaxPreps integration, you can choose the season you wish to import, then click the green button. Once the players have populated, you can continue to step 3. On step 3, we can add both team stats as well as individual player stats. Team stats can be imported from MaxPreps if available. Since we're making this video before the season, we are going to import team stats from the previous season. As you can see, all stats available in MaxPreps will be placed accordingly. If you wish to input player stats, you can also do that on this step. Once we are all set, we will go to step 4. Step 4 is where we build what our players see. We are using a sample opponent to make this scouting report. Scouting reports are made up of different types of sections, and those sections contain what we call blocks. We will go through each block type now. To add a section, click on any Add New Section here, and you will have the choice of how many columns you want your selection to have. After adding your section, you are then able to decide what block type you would like to have. As you are building your scouting report, you will notice red dotted lines that will show you when a page break will happen. You also have the ability to add a manual page break between any section. The header block type has multiple display options for what suits your report best. We are going to choose both ours and our opponent logo for this one. The text box block allows you to add any typed information you'd like. This can include bold and larger fonts and bulleted or numbered lists. The table block option is similar and can be a quicker way to create any list in your scouting report. With your opponent's schedule, you are able to manually fill in the information, or if you are using the MaxPreps integration, you simply click Import from MaxPreps and it will do the work for you. The roster block allows you to add the information that we previously added in step 2. We will click Edit Roster, then select the players we want to include. On the next step, we can include what information we want to include. Then we will click Save Block. Next is the depth chart. This is a pre-made sample, but you can always move the players or start your own from scratch. To put players in their position, simply drag and drop them where they go. If you want to add more than one in that position, you can do so. If you would like to move a position to a different place on the field, use the arrows at the top of each box. You also have the ability to change the position title. Once you're set, click Save and View Changes. Plays is the next block type we're going to cover. If you're using our pre-made templates, you'll see some categories already made, such as your opponent's favorite formations, runs, and passes. For the sake of the video, we're going to create a new play block. Once you go in to add or edit the plays you want to add, you'll see the option of how many rows and columns you'll want to have, as well as if you want to show play notes or play names. We are going to choose 2 rows and 1 column. Then you will add plays just as you do for playbooks. If you have pre-built playgrids that you would like to add to a scouting report, you can do that by adding a playgrid block and selecting the playgrid you would like to use. The Player Personnel and Stats block allows you to include the stats you added in Step 2 of the Scout Builder. You can first choose which display style, then on the next step, you can choose which players to include. The final step allows you to choose which stats you want displayed. The Team Stats block is similar and allows you to choose which stats you'd like to be displayed. Again, these are stats that we imported from MaxPreps in Step 2 of the Scout Builder. The video block allows you to add any existing video from your video library. Please note that you must upload the video to your library before you are able to add it to any scouting report. Finally, the image block type allows you to upload any PNG or JPEG file to your report. Please note that you are able to save any existing report as a template to be able to be used later on in a different report. This is a great way to be able to keep the same format from week to week. Once your report is complete, you will have the ability to print it as well as publish it so that your team is able to view it. To publish, we will head back to our main scouting report page. We will find the report we want to publish and click on the Choose Action dropdown. Then we will select Publish Report. Once it's published, your players or coaches, based on your team's permissions, will be able to access the scouting report from a computer or inside the player app.